Hello Aries, thank you for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Modern Spellcaster's Tarot by Melanie Marquis, illustrated by Scott Murphy. For the support of Oracle cards, the Angel Answers Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Redley Valentine. I already shuffled. Really? Alright. Alright, we got a progression at the top here. Now, Aries. Now, one of the things I like about Aries, and I have some Aries energy in my chart, Aries will not usually... I don't think of Aries as a warlike in the sense of like just fighting to fight. I don't view Aries that way. But what I do view Aries is, if there's something that's going wrong, it's better to confront it than just stomach it and let it make more problems as it goes on. So I don't feel like you're looking to start a fight in that sense, but you're looking to address something because you're looking at it like, all right, something's not going right. We can either fix it now and start things going in the right direction, or we could just ignore it and let it make much more of a mess and just have that much more to clean up later. So, excuse me, I'm seeing the King of Wands, which is very much a fire card for me. I just have to say that with this deck because I know it does depict a lot of air energy, but the colors there especially make me very much feel the fire energy there. I'm getting that there's a lot of insistence. Like you don't want this to keep going the wrong way, which makes sense to me. You're seeing like this is not going right. This is not right. This is the way this should be, and you're pushing forward like we need to fix this, and you're making sure people see it. And if people aren't seeing it, you're explaining it as much as you need to make it known like this isn't right, and if we don't fix it now, it's going to be much worse later. We need to fix it now. Alright, so this is where I was saying that before. Why? Because the Five of Wands is popping in here. You're just looking to fix the situation. Other people don't agree with you. They don't agree that this is going the wrong direction, and you're trying to explain what you're seeing and how this is going to be worse later. Other people feel like... Some people feel like just pacifying the situation, it'll solve itself. Some people don't believe it's really going the wrong direction. You got a couple different views here. There might be some people here who know more than is really out there. Like, some people might have a closer... What do I want to say? Intel? I don't know. Somebody's working with an energy here that people aren't saying what they know. And it looks like it's going the wrong way, when in truth it's not going the wrong way. But for the information that's out there and that's been given to you, there's no way you would know that. So you're addressing something with the information you've been given. With that information you've been given, it does look like it's going the wrong direction. For other people, there's somebody involved here who knows a lot more. Situation isn't going the wrong direction. It's just they're hiding things, or things are being hid behind the scenes that they don't want public. That this seemingly wrong direction is getting ready for. So I hope that makes sense. It's like it's not really the wrong direction. It's just because they're not divulging all the pieces here for you to know exactly why things are being done a certain way. It looks like it's the wrong direction, which I know is difficult because I don't feel like they're going to explain that. They're just going to give you pushback and demand it keeps going the same direction without explaining to you why. And I'm getting there could be quite the controversy here, because I feel like you're really invested in making this work out the right way. And I'm getting, for some of you, you're dealing with an energy where they don't want to tell you. And I feel like they're forcing you to back off. However that happens, the thing is, they should explain to you that you don't know everything that's happening and that there's other things at play, but they don't seem to want to. Somebody's working with that energy, because I'm feeling it like somebody's kind of playing elusive here because they don't want you to know what's actually happening. The thing is, you're very invested. You just want this to work out well. This isn't like this is a weird energy for me because I feel like I'm seeing this Five of Wands. You want things to work out well. You want things to work out right. You're coming from the right angle, in my opinion. Although I do have a notable amount of Aries going on in my chart here, so I can understand that. Maybe why I'm connecting with that. Like you feel very strongly about this because you want it to work out right. If you're going to put the effort in, might as well work out right. Like why waste time? Why waste effort? Some of you are working with an energy to where the other side isn't telling you everything. And that's why it seems wrong, but it's not truly. Now, as it keeps going forward, I'm getting like the other side has a lot of burdens because they don't seem. I feel like somebody doesn't want you to know what's exactly happening here. And they're pushing. Well, they're trying to just kind of like walk around you or just trying to work around you. And they're just really, they don't want to explain it. There's a lot of burdens here though, because if this is a work situation, if this is, it's because I almost feel like they're not allowed to. Like there's a lot going on here if that's the situation. And I'm seeing on your side you have the Magician card. Like you're actually still trying to fix it. Because you're not given the complete picture. And you're invested in this. I feel like you're kind of coming from the viewpoint is like, if I'm going to put in the effort here, I'm not going to waste my time. We're going to do this right. Or I'm not, I'm going to keep pushing to make sure somebody hears me. That I think this is going to be wasted effort. And we're going to have a lot of wasted time here. We just have to go back and redo things. And the Magician here is telling me you have the choice about what you're going to do with this. How you're going to handle this. Because I'm getting a very strong, I want this done right energy. If I'm going to put in my time to have this done, I want to make sure that my time is spent wisely. Which makes complete sense to me. And they're kind of reminding me that every time I read for a sign, I tend to see it from that side's perspective. So, whatever that means. I do connect with that, though. That makes sense to me. But I guess they're saying the reason it makes easy sense to me more than the opposing side is because I'm connecting through Aries. So that makes sense. Because they're telling me the flip side is, like, the other side can't tell you why. And it's not up to them to have the permission to do that. That they need some support with that. There needs to be a little bit more trust there. I feel like that's hard, though. Because you're not wanting to waste your effort. And they can't seem to give you full answers on why. Now, between you and this other side, there's this, it's up to you. And what I'm feeling that means is, like, I feel like you have to work with this other side a little more. And I feel like the other side is really burdened because they can't tell you what they need to tell you to get you to change your mind. They can't tell you exactly what's happening because if they could, that would solve the problem, but they're not allowed to. And I feel like that's where they're burdened. This person seems to understand exactly where you're coming from. They understand why you're pushing. And I don't feel like they're viewing it like a bad thing in the sense of like you're coming from a bad spot. But I feel like they're kind of like stressed, like they just want you to just follow their lead and just let them take the lead on this and just give them a little bit of blind faith. And I don't feel like you're really okay with that. Because as it keeps going forward, I'm getting like communication breakdown. Communication breakdown in the sense of like you're not getting along with whoever this person is that seems to be pushing forward and making things stay the same that you want to change. I feel like you're not really communicating with them. I'm getting on your side, you got the no card. The no card, which is an oracle card, which means I don't feel like you're happy. You don't think this is right. And I'm getting communication is stopping. Things seem to be kind of slowing down here. I'm getting whatever the situation is, I'm getting you're kind of pulling back from it. And I'm getting you're kind of going off on your own. You're moving away from it in some respect. Now, I know this is on the other sides, but I'm getting this is talking about the situation as a whole. This goes on for a few months. This situation where you're not really communicating very well, you're not happy with it, you don't want to be a part of this situation. I feel like this is affecting you in the sense of like you're only spending time on this situation where you absolutely have to. I feel like you're actually pulling out of it as much as you can. If you can do other things instead of this, you are, because you don't believe in this situation, because you think it's going to be a lot of wasted effort, and you're not willing to waste your effort on something you think is going to end up wrong in the long run. So, like, this is the no again. You're not, I feel like you're doing what you have to do, what you need to do. But if you can move your direction, or if you can put your energy in something else, you do. I don't get that this is going against you in any sense, but like, for example, if you have 5 things on your plate and this is one of them, you'll do your best to do the other 4 first and show reasons why you need to do those. And I don't feel like you're pushing on this, you're not communicating on this situation, whatever this is, but you're not giving it very much effort. Not any more than absolutely necessary, because you feel like it's wasted effort. And I'm getting that this situation, even though it goes over a few months, I'm getting that you finally kind of step out of it. you got the Knight of Cups, which is usually a love, but I feel like it's also like I'm getting very strongly how he's jumping out of the water, like you're jumping out of the water, like and he's like, "Woo, I'm out!" Like, and that's why you're happy. You're like, "I'm out of this because it's a waste of my time. I'm out." I feel like that's what's happening. Like, I'm wasting my time and now I'm out of it. So goodbye. Like, you found a way out, you took it. I don't know. Something seems to be happening here. And I'm getting the other side, whoever you're dealing with, is helping you do that. They're helping you get out because they realize you're not putting any more effort than you absolutely have to into it. They understand why. They know that's not going to change unless they tell you what's going on, and they can't do that. I'm getting the Queen of Wands is that they're helping you release yourself from this situation, which is what you want. It's a few months down the road, but you want this anyway. So they're helping you do that. And I'm getting this situation, like, you get the Death card with this. Like, this is done. You're not coming back to this. You're leaving it in the past. I don't feel like it hurts you in any sense. I just feel like you're moving on from it. I feel like this is a lot like Sagittarius in the sense of like it's just what's happening. I'm getting it's just the whole thing about this is how you relate to this other person. Try to be as, I don't know, easygoing. Like, you have an easygoing nature. Like Aries, the Aries I know, they tend to have a pretty easygoing nature, unless you rub them the wrong way, and then they can be the exact opposite. Clearly, I get that, but they're saying if you just stick with your easygoing nature and just try to read between the lines and realize that there's something else going on here that you're not being privy to. You're not privy to whatever that I said that wrong. I know I did. If you just like read between the lines and realize there's more here than meets the eye, I don't feel like it's going to change your involvement. I don't feel like that's really going to, because I don't feel like not knowing, like knowing something else is happening but not knowing exactly what it is isn't going to fly. I don't feel like you're going to still want to be invested in this situation because you want some assurance that things are going the right way. And you're not into wasting your time. So I feel like this is talking about just try to stay with your easygoing nature as much as possible, and you're gonna still make the same decisions I'm getting, but I just feel like this works for you and the other side better. The other side's still gonna have some stress because they're gonna realize you're just not as invested in the situation because they're not letting you know what's happening. But I just feel like it can be easier for you and them this way. Like you could, because I don't think this has to be as rough as it feels to me right now. Like I feel like instead of being no communication or very little, it could be there'd be a little bit more conversation, a little bit more conducive. I just feel like it can be more cordial. You can both be a little more easy to work with each other because I feel like you're kind of annoyed here because you think you're wasting your time, and I feel like that's a great aggravator for you because you're not into wasting your time. But if you could see it from the different perspective where they can't tell you, I still don't think you're going to invest your time in it. But maybe you'll just be a little bit more relaxed about how you relate to the situation and be a little bit more easier for this person to not feel as stressed. They're going to realize you want out anyway. They're going to help you get out. But I feel like if you're just easier with them, it just works out for you and them a lot better. If this works out the way it looks like it's going to. Because if this is hitting, I feel like you're still going to have the same outcome. You're still going to get out of this because you're not willing to waste your time on something unless you can see for yourself how it's going to pay off. You're not going to do it is what I'm getting. But just the easygoing nature. I feel like that, like at this point, that easygoing nature can work for you a lot better and the other side. It's up to you whether you do that. That's especially why it's the up to you card. It's still going to work out the same, no, but still, at least it'll be easier for you. You'll feel better about it, I feel, in the long run. All right. Done. I'm going to wrap that up there. Thank you for watching. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.